Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's that time again where we need to do a natural gas video, and so that we can all have a fun time, make money, trade together, and be friends, because this market is the toughest thing I've ever seen. Noting that how tough it is, the last time that this happened to me, I'm getting vibes because I was weighted too much to the long side, and it trapped me. So going into what we're going into right now, I have a full straddle going on, and we're weighted long right now, slightly, but not too slightly, because like I said, the last time it trapped me. But we're looking at these upper levels here. I assume that we're going to be popping up, because most of the charts agree with needing a short-term rally here, and that is based on the moving average lines that you see on the screen. Now that doesn't have to happen, but I assume we're going to come up in here and probably reject off of one of these two. So we kind of have a target in sight to exit our long side of the straddle. Now if you're trading the spot price or a different market, the problem is there's, well, depending on what chart your actual your holdings are sitting on, they have different weightings to them compared to all these spot prices. So sometimes the charts are going to do different things, okay, than what we're thinking. So hold on, my screen's flipping out here. What the heck, guys? You can stop this. Alright, I think we got it under control now. My hands are a little wet, or they're dry and wet at the same time, so I'm having an issue, okay? Pull out the pen here. Now, that's QQQ, don't look at that. Let's look at the Eastern markets here. This one not agreeing so much with having a huge uptrend or whatever, but I was thinking, like, if you look to the left hand side there, it's kind of giving us our top numbers, 284, 283. So, and when we fed this into ChatGPT, it had agreed with all that. So we fed a couple charts into ChatGPT, and it agreed that it probably may go up to that. Maybe I'll play that for us in a minute. I'll play what he says. So, again, we took some trades a little early yesterday, or Friday, I should say, based on a 30-minute chart, which was kind of overzealous. And so we need to dial it back and not rely on 30-minute chart for very much entry or exit points and stuff until we get a 1 hour validation. So if you had a 1 hour or 4 hour validation, then go down to 30-minute and look for the entry. If you're late to the game, that's how you would do it. Something like that. Now options is completely different. I need to do a separate video on how I trade the options side, but mostly when I'm out here talking, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that, is expecting you to be having covered option strategies. So that would be like 100 shares at a time that you would be buying. Instead of taking an option, you're buying groups of 100 or 50s or something like that, 50 shares. So This video ain't supposed to be about options though, but it's just about the chart. So let's continue. Let's look at the 4-hour chart for the Eastern market here. Not so much agreeing with the 1 hour and the push up. So, but it also is though, because the yellow line is above that, the green red moving average, and that's pretty good. If you scroll down here, we have our RSI MACD indicators kind of not in. You want to see this right here. You want to see this structure here. And we don't really have that yet. Not maybe till over here, which will be their actual real buys, like the daily buy signals, you know. If you're trying to majorly do like large swing trades, you know, that's more the 4-hour. If you're trying to day trade or intraday trade, we need to be watching the hour. I like to do intraday trades and stuff, and day trades also. So when the opportunity is right, I'll take day trades and try to flip some contracts in between the volatility, alright? Not a recommendation. A 5-year veteran at Boyle in this UNG, so I would say I was a novice up until recently anyway, so it took that long to really understand how these people take your money. Excuse me. Now, notice like on the 4-hour we're getting strong exit signals, not really any entry signals and stuff. So see how that's like does not. You need to mess with my algorithm settings in order to get those signals to show up, but they're tuned up for the 1 hour, 2 hour mark, because we're day trading, right? So you can tune it for like a larger swing trade, but the problem is I have to tune it down because I play on decaying assets that aren't the actual Forex spot price stuff. So noting that I have to tune it down because I got a day trade and intraday trade on a decaying asset because it's going to constantly take my money, okay? You need to understand that was a real challenge, was overcoming the fact that it is going to constantly decay and take your money. So we need to be shorting. We need to be comfortable shorting. Now, we're going to switch charts. We're still on NGF. We're going to change to NGG soon. And you have an intraday trade exit signal on the upper wick there on the 4-hour. Now, that would be relevant if we were in the high side of things. But sometimes when you're on the low side and you see the upper wick come through like that, we actually might melt up to that level and push further or reject. It could be something like that, okay? And with our moving average yellow line, VWAP, we're going to shoot up past this green moving average, past our channel, and we're going to go VWAP that line because it likes to do that. If you look back through the history of it, it will always VWAP back to that once it gets too far. And then we can double check with our MACD RSI algorithm that has the divergence in it, and we have a major divergence in that algorithm down there. Not quite hitting the green yet on the huge swing trade, so the bottom is further out. But that doesn't mean that we don't bounce and then continue down like you see where the last green happened. You could see that's going to play out right in the middle of the screen here. We're looking for this pattern to develop over here. And then we go long for a large swing trade. So you're going to take If you're on shares, you take shares then, as much as shares as you can. Or if you're on options, you're going to take the dates further out and then what you want to do is take a measured move between that and your next major red. You see how many days was that? How many days was this one here? Take an average of that and then assume that that's the dates that you need, that your target is, and then add 4 more weeks onto that, and then so they'll be mature right then. And that's how you're going to maximize the swing trade portion of this. And those would be the ones that we leave runners of. So that's a runner. We leave the runner running. Unless you get a good hit on like a day trade on that, and you're able to pick it back up at a lower bid. Like I'm talking, like I've day traded before. I doubled my money in one day on these when it's moving right. So, but I got a lot of work to do, dude. So, pop down to the 1 hour. The NGF is really what drags the other ones, okay? So when I'm saying, well, this one looks like it's not going to go up, and then this one, the NGF contract, it looks like it's going to go up, it's probably going to go up. Because that one's going to hold more weight. I know this. And if you get caught in that opposite hit, you may need to take a long, hold through, and then get back on track. Sometimes, like, taking that first initial loss to find the bottom is what you need to plan on. So that's why I say salt in. Do one at a time, slowly. Don't just go all in at one. Like, for instance, you could say, if I was going to take out 20 contracts, there's your map right there. One here, 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 one here. All the way down to 20 contracts, and then ride it all the way up. Now, don't do that on a 1 hour chart. No. There's no possible way that you could guarantee a selling out of 21 contracts before we turn around. So that's also what keeps you from not making money in this. That's why I only use like $700, $1,000, and we can double our money here again and again and again and again and again. But as soon as you want to play with $20,000 or $10,000, you get locked in to these things. So if you're going to play with the large amounts of money like that, you might want to stay with shares, and then play with $1,000 of that, and dabble into the options. That would be the way to do it, honestly. And I'm basically, you're taking my advice after someone who lost everything doing this. Like, lost all their money. I don't mean lost everything. I have all my shit. I'm a hard worker. So this one says where you could look back here and say, oh, okay, well, we might go up. So this is a might go up. But we're also underneath that moving average, that red. It don't like to really VWAP that too much. So when I say VWAP, I just mean that it's going to act like a VWAP to that line. You can research a VWAP tool if you need to. That's not you. So you could see us a little teeny bit of recovery, but I'd like to think that was the big profit grab, and then we got one more profit grab out of this, and then we move into the January NGG contract. And maybe we should look at that chart now, since we haven't looked at it in a while, and see where that is. Well, it looks like it's the exact same thing. By the near-term date, both of the charts are doing exactly the same, and then they hand it off to the next one. Dang, man. Sorry, I'm sick. Should just pause the video. Try it next time. And that's also like I've got a little bit of brain fog, so I need help from all you guys out here. So we got the same thing on NQ1, exact same setup. I had a purple line in here saying that was back to the top. We failed on that. So that was a failed prediction there. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's really in the middle right now. So that's why I said plan for failure and plan for short-term up and long-term down. If that makes sense to everybody. You guys have a good one. See you in the next.
Yeah, we're talking about the grind, the hustle and the flow. Boiling heat, pressurizing, never moving slow. On cold, natural gas, stop that fire in my soul. Pump me to the moon, watch my ambitions roll. Money's just a bridge, let it take you far. Flow like an inch, shining like a star. Yeah, before we feel the energy ignite. Keep it natural, watch us reach new heights. Money comes and goes, but the passion stays real. Flowing through the rhythm, that's our true deal. Yeah, we're boiling, feel the energy ignite. Keep it natural, watch us reach new heights. Money comes and goes, but the passion stays real. Flowing through the rhythm, that's our true deal. Every step I take, fueled by liquid dreams. Burning bright, breaking chains, bursting at the seams. Never getting old, we're just turning up the heat. In this game of life, can't accept defeat. Let it flow, let it rise, this ain't just a test. We're standing tall, chasing all that's best. Before we feel the energy ignite. Keep it natural, watch us reach new heights. Money comes and goes, but the passion stays real. Flowing through the rhythm, that's our true deal. Let it flow, let it rise, this ain't just a test. We're standing tall, chasing all that's best. Yeah, we're born to feel the energy ignite. Keep it natural, watch us reach new heights.